Welcome to Work in the Verse. Thor here, and it's time to talk resolutions. No, not your typical resolutions. I'm talking VR resolutions. What are you going to do differently this year than you have in the past? As I go through my list, feel free to add yours in the comments below. Number 1. I'd like to explore more homegrown apps such as Arcade Time Capsule and Age of Joy. I covered both of these apps last year, and they are growing by leaps and bounds. As you can see the video here for Arcade Time Capsule, version 3.0 should be dropping in the next week or so, and it looks like it's going to be an incredible update. Age of Joy is in the same place. They've had so many changes, so many improvements, and it just keeps getting better and better. Number 2, PCVR. I have a Quest 3 and that's where I do most of my VR. However, I haven't really tapped into the PC side of things as much as I want to. I really want to get into Real VR and UEVR, which takes standard games today and allows you to play them on your headset. I think it's an exciting space, but I also know it's a little complex, so I'm planning on having some videos there as well to make it hopefully just a little bit easier for you too. Number 3, connect with more people in VR. I think this is one of my shortcomings. I really haven't gone out there and really started engaging with the community as much as I want to. Part of it is because I'm more of an introvert, so it does make it harder. I think it's also just finding more people to engage with. So if you're interested in getting together, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. Number 4, feature VR developers of all types on this channel. I think it's one of our misses today is that we don't spend the time looking at people who are actually creating content. This is any type of VR developer. Those could be people who are doing the graphics, those who are doing the audio, those who are doing the programming. If you're a VR developer or know somebody in this space, give them a shout out and let me know. I'd like to connect with them and see what we can do to help feature them and get their names out there more so that way they have additional opportunities and to give us some insight in what goes in behind the scenes. Number 5, go beyond normal VR topics. How else are people using VR? I don't know, maybe you're like me, but I like to use my VR headset in different ways possible. I think there's some things that you're doing out there that we just don't know about, and I think it could be some exciting things to get other people more interested in VR, and also other ideas in how they can use their VR as well. Number 6, find other VR peripherals to expand what I think of VR. With CES 2025 coming up, there's a good chance that we'll hear some VR, but maybe not much because right now it feels like we're in that next iteration phase of VR headsets in particular. If you know of any VR peripherals that you got last year or that you might have heard about that are coming up this year, give a shout out, let us know because I'd like to explore more of that as well. Number 7, cover topics that may change how VR is used. VR has definitely taken a back step to other technologies, and I think this is where VR really needs to partner with them. AI is a great example. With artificial intelligence, we can finally add some presence that's missing in even some of the top-rated games like Batman. I don't know if you notice this or not, but the characters are a little stiff. Anytime you try and engage with them, they don't because they're on script, and maybe that's where AI can help. What are your thoughts? Are there other technologies that VR should be partnering with? Number 8, make VR better. There are so many different ways of making VR better, even for the Quest 3 standalone headset. Everything from graphics optimization, side quests, and so on. The challenge I find though is that these can be a little bit more complicated. You really have to invest some time. I like to do some more videos on how to make those a little bit easier for people, and also hopefully to make them a little bit more engaging as well. Number 9, find more opportunities to influence VR development. I was lucky last year. I got to spend a couple sessions with Meta to see what I could do to help influence them. I'm hoping more opportunities like that come about this year. If there was something you could share with Meta or any other VR company, what would it be and why? Number 9, VR room setup. My setup is pretty good, except the lighting isn't so great. It's something I definitely want to work on. How about you? Is there anything in your VR room setup that you can do differently to make things better? Number 10, spend more time in productivity apps such as Immersed and Meta Workrooms. I don't know, maybe you're like me, but anytime there's something that gets in the way, it gives you one more reason not to do something. Immersed really dropped the ball last year. They made it hard because if you had more than one monitor connected to your computer, they wouldn't let you use their app anymore. Thankfully, though, Immersed changed things just at the end of 2024, and I'm looking forward to re-engaging with them. And to throw in one last one, number 11, build a VR app. It's been something I've wanted to do for quite some time, but everything seems to get in the way. Well, there's my resolutions for the new year. How about you? What do you want to do differently? What do you want to add? What do you want to take away? If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel and give a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. Until next time, keep working the verse.